Most real estate agents are petrified of getting on camera. I teach video to thousands of agents every single year to help them scale their business using things like YouTube and stuff like that. And one of the things that I notice is that so many people are petrified of getting on camera, and they think it's because they don't have the skill sets to be on camera. The reality though is that it's actually not a skill set problem, it is a mindset problem. So what I'm gonna do today is break down the reality of why so many people are scared to get on camera. And this is probably gonna resonate with a lot of you, so really take note of what I'm gonna go into here. And then I'm gonna talk to you about immediate steps you can take today in order to make sure that you start getting better on camera, and then you start to be able to build the business of your dreams by leveraging modern strategies. What's up guys, my name is Mike Sherrard with eXp Realty. Again, I train thousands of agents every year to scale their business the modern way. But what I wanna talk about is people that are scared to get on video. And I hear this all the time. And I can probably tell you that if I gave my video training to 1,000 people, 900 and something wouldn't even do it, because it's not that they don't have the skill sets, they've got the blueprint, they've got the training that's proven to work for literally every single person to implement it consistently, but they don't have the right mindset. And when you start looking at this and diving deeper as to why they feel like they're not good on camera or why they're scared to get in front of the camera, it's not because I've never heard anybody say, well, I'm not good at delivering a message. Well, I don't know what to say. The common feedback is things like, I don't like how I look, I get nervous, or I'm scared of what people are gonna say. When you break this down, the reality of why most people are scared to get on camera is because they have fear, they have self-doubt, they have limiting beliefs, they have lack of confidence, they're scared of what other people are gonna think. And this all comes down to mindset. So when we start looking at what we need to do in order to take your business to the next level, a lot of the times it's not that you don't have the skill sets to get to the position where you want to be or to do the things you want to, it's that you have not become the person mentally to actually execute on the things that you know you need to do. So when we start looking at this, there's a couple strategies that we can do, and I'm going to break it down for you. But one of the big ones is fear shifting. And this is one my business partner, Connor Steinberg, who's my sponsor at eXp, talks about this all the time. And he's without doubt one of the most well-knowledge and well-versed people in terms of, the mind and the brain and how to operate at peak performance level, which is why our agents at the Wolfpack do so well. But let's talk about fear shifting. People saying, well, Mike, I'm scared to get on camera. I'm fearful of getting on camera. Let me talk to you about a couple things. Number one, what fear shifting is shifting your current fear with a bigger one. Because by human nature, you're always going to replace a small fear with a bigger one. Well, let's just say you're walking down an alley and a wolf starts chasing you. Well, you're gonna run the other way from the wolf. Well, let's say you turn the corner and suddenly there's a tiger. Well, a tiger is a bigger fear than a wolf, so you're probably gonna run away from the tiger because it's the bigger fear. Let's look at that to video and make it more general and closer to reality of what probably will happen. Is that you're saying today that you're scared on video, which is a small fear, but you think it's a big fear because it's in the moment. Well, what if you reframe that problem and said, okay, I'm scared to get on video, I'm fearful of this, smaller fear. And today it might seem like a big fear, but in reality it's a smaller fear, because the bigger fear over here is if you don't build the business that you need to in order to build wealth and lifestyle and financial freedom, you're never going to be able to provide for your kids the way that you wanted to. You're never going to live the lifestyle of your dreams. You're never going to be able to buy the things that you've always dreamed of. You're never going to be able to have the exit strategy and retirement of just living the dream and traveling the world. Is that not scarier than getting on camera, right? Or again, one of the, fear shifting is a lot of people can't put this into context, and it's a really kind of dark way to approach it, but it's what a lot of entrepreneurs that are at the highest level actually do is say, I'm scared of getting on camera, or they just make up something in their mind. Somebody's gonna hurt my family member. Well, if somebody was about to hurt your family member, would you get on camera and record that video? I would hope to God the answer is yes. But the problem is that the bigger fear that you're usually going to be comparing it with is not in the moment, it is delayed. So you're not able to really conceptualize it unless you visualize it. So that's why I want to give you this different frame of thinking to help you understand that when you start looking at your current fears, there is always a bigger one that's coming down the line. You just really need to think about it because it's not as obvious. Now let's talk about the steps you can take today in order to start to improve on some of these limiting beliefs, fears, self-sabotaging behaviors, and low self-esteem. Well, number one is this is why we focus so much in the Wolfpack about health. We do health challenges with our group, because if you don't like how you look on camera, a lot of the time is because you're not confident with how you look physically, and that leads to low self-esteem and thus low confidence. So one of the best things you can do is get in better shape, start eating healthier, start working out, start taking better care of yourself. And what you'll see is that the more you get in shape, the more confident you get, the higher your self-esteem is, the less fearful you are to do things that are public. Then what we need to do is look at the mindset aspect of it, is training yourself to think in these different ways that are gonna help you realize that it's not a big deal. It's not that scary in reality. And when you look at, scared of what people are going to say, 99% of the people are going to support you, get super excited, congratulate you for, doing something different, getting on camera. I see it all the time. People put out their first video that they were petrified of, or they go on live for the first time, and the comments are literally flooded with people that are just so excited for them and so happy for them. You're going to get the 1% of people that are trolls and that are throwing shade, negativity, whatever. What you have to realize with those people is that they're in a position in life that throwing negativity on somebody else makes them happy. Do you know how disgusting and sad and unfulfilling that life is? So what you need to understand is that what they say, might look weird or might offend you or whatever, but imagine being that person, right? Their context means nothing. I've never in my life seen a successful person write something negative on anybody else's content. They might think it, but they don't say it. Again, you're never going to be hated on by somebody that's more successful than you. You're never going to be hated on somebody that's in a good position in their life or is happy or fulfilled. And you're never going to be hated on by somebody that, again, has actually done it themselves, because if they did, they'd have respect for it. And then the last thing is just practice, right? As you start to get the repetitions in, you're going to get better. If you go filter my YouTube videos by oldest to newest and look at the oldest to date, you'll realize they're like trash, like absolutely atrocious. And I keep them there so that people can see the journey of where things come. I used to be petrified of getting on camera. I couldn't get a sentence out. I couldn't look at the camera. I had no confidence. I was very quiet and shy because I was, bullied growing up and stuff like that. Well, now it's like my second home. So when you start looking at this, the only way to improve is to get the repetitions in, and the only way to get the repetitions in is to actually start. So hopefully this gives you a couple things you can do today and gives you a different thinking, a frame of thought as to why you're actually scared on camera and what you can actually do and take control of in order to get better. So if you have any other questions, just drop a comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. And thanks so much for tuning in. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.